A pleasant day to each and everyone, and I am April Joy as Espana, and I'm going to discuss about the prose performance. Okay, so the word prose originated from the Latin one prosa, meaning straightforward discourse. Okay, in the New Oxford American Dictionary, it is defined as written or spoken language in its ordinary form. So basically, most of our everyday writing and everyday conversation that are expressed in a flow of common flow of conversation are expressed in prose form. However, Chooks 2018 underscores that in writing prose, it is necessary for a writer to arrange words into a correct sentences and in a logical sequence in order to make sense the intended message. So we have the categories of prose. Prose can be categorized into two, the fiction and non-fiction. Fiction is any narrative writing that is a product of author's imagination. It aims to entertain, inspire, inform, or persuade. Its genres include novels, novellas, short stories, myth and legends, fables, and so on. So when we say fiction, it's just a work of our imagination and it's not true to life. Next one is we have the nonfiction. Any writing that is based through events, people, places, and facts. It is designed to inform and sometimes to entertain. Its genres includes autobiographies, essays, diaries, journals, narrative nonfictions, and the likes. So when we say nonfiction, it is true to life. It is true based on true events. Okay. Examples of prose in literature. Number one, prose in novels. This is usually written in the form of a narrative and may be entirely a figment of the author's imagination. For example, there's a quote, whether I shall turn out to be the hero of my own life or whether that station will be held by anybody else. These pages must show by um, um, Charles Dickens. The title is David Copperfield. Okay, so the prose in novels is a form of written expression that follows a natural flow of language without the structured patterns of poetry. It is typically written in a narrative style, meaning it tells a story with characters, settings, and events. The content of a novel can be entirely fictional, created from the author's imagination, or it may include elements inspired by real life events or people. So, the primary purpose of prose in novels is to engage readers by immersing them in the story, often exploring themes, emotions, and experiences through descriptive language and dialogue. Let's proceed to the number two, which is the prose in speeches. This often expresses thoughts and ideas of the speaker. So, prose in speeches is a form of written or spoken language that conveys the speaker's thoughts, ideas, and messages in a clear and structured manner. Unlike poetry, it follows natural speech patterns and is often persuasive, informative, and or inspirational. Speeches use prose to engage audiences, express emotions, and communicate key points effectively. And the last example is the prose in plays. This aims to be dramatic and eventful. So, prose in plays is a written dialogue and narration that follows natural speech patterns, making it accessible and realistic for audiences. It is designed to be dramatic and eventful, driving the plot through character interactions, conflicts, and emotions. So, unlike poetry or verse drama, prose in plays focuses on realism. emphasizing authentic conversation and dynamic storytelling to engage viewers. And now, let's proceed to analyzing prose fiction. So, according to Hood 2010, offers several steps in analyzing prose fiction to better understand the story and to acquire a better appreciation of it. According to Hood 2010, outlines several steps for analyzing prose fiction to enhance comprehension and appreciation of the story. So, these steps typically include examining elements such as plot, characters, setting, point of view, theme, and literary techniques. By breaking down these components, readers can gain deeper insights into the author's intentions, the story's meaning, and its emotional and intellectual impact. So, this structured approach helps readers engage more critically with the text, improving their interpretation and enjoyment of prose fiction. So, the following should be considered in analyzing each element, and number one is the plot. The plot is the series of events in the stories. The use of flashbacks and or flash forward in manner in which they are used. So the creation of suspense, the types of conflicts that occur, and the turning point of the story. Number two is setting. The setting of the story, where the story originated, the time and place, the setting. So the function of the setting, the contribution of the setting, the use of setting in creating credible story, the impact of the setting to the protagonist, the impact of the setting to the plot, and the impact of the setting to the mood. Number three is the characters. Dialogues and behaviors of the characters. The looks of the characters and its effects. The conflict that characters experiences and how they deal with those conflict that they encountered. Next is the changes that the characters are experiencing or undergoing as the story progresses. And the characters can be a villain or can be a protagonist. Number 4 is the theme. The writer's purpose in writing the story. The theme of the story. What is it all about? The message or lesson that writer would like to convey. What is the lesson of that particular story? Number 5 is the point of view. The point of view that the writer used. There are three types of point of view: the first person point of view, second person point of view, and the third person point of view. Okay, so the narrator's knowledge about the characters in the story, the impact of point of view in the story, the author's manner of using point of view, the narrator's impact on the story, the author's reason or reasons for choosing a particular point of view. Number 6 is symbolism. The symbols that are used by the writer, what are those? The elements, the characters act as symbols. The elements of the story's settings as symbols, and the number of symbols that are used. The number of symbols used by the author. The next one is cutting your piece. Sometimes the literature we want to perform is extremely long. So for your prose performance, you have about 5 to 6 minutes. It's either written or spoken. Therefore, you need to cut some unnecessary items to your text to fit the time afforded. Next one is the guidelines. So, the guidelines to perform a prose. Number 1, read the text. Number 2, select a text with a minimal amount of characters. Number 3, don't cut out critical information to the plot. Number 4, select material that sets up characters and plot. And number 5, remove unneeded phrases. Remove the important one, and only those important can be put in your text. It's either written or spoken. And that's the end of my report. And thank you for watching and listening.